Hey there, my fellow anglers and fishing fanatics. Your friend and expert, ready to dive into another exciting forecast, is here. Today, we're talking about a very special day, the 24th of October, 2025, in our beloved Ireland. Why is it special, you ask? Well, this day is shaping up to be one of those golden autumn opportunities when the fish are truly on the feed, especially our aggressive predators. So, if you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. We're looking at a fantastic combination of cooling waters, stable atmospheric pressure, and a promising moon phase, all setting the stage for some memorable catches. Get ready to learn where to cast your lines and what baits to use, because this forecast is packed with practical tips that will make all the difference. Let's jump straight into what you're all waiting for, the forecast for our favorite species. First up, the mighty pike. My friends, October is prime time for these freshwater giants. As they bulk up for winter, you'll want to be searching for them in areas where they can ambush prey. Think drop-offs, the edges of any remaining weed beds, submerged structures, and bridge pillars. These spots offer both cover and a clear vantage point for hunting. For tackle, go big. Large lures are your best bet. Consider big, brightly colored soft plastics, deep-diving crankbaits that can get down to where the pike are holding, or even a classic deadbait presentation fished on a float rig. Remember, a bigger profile can be irresistible to a hungry pike that's looking for a substantial meal. Next, for our saltwater superstars, the Basul Istat. October is historically a phenomenal month for landing larger bass, especially along Ireland's rugged coastlines, from the south to the east. These strong fighters will be actively patrolling. My advice: focus your efforts on deeper channels during low tide, where fish might concentrate. Also, don't neglect shallower, rough ground where bait fish seek refuge. For shore anglers, fresh peeler crab or lugworm on a pulley rig is incredibly effective. If you're a lure angler, shallow diving crankbaits or even surface poppers, especially during low light, can produce fantastic results. Soft plastic worms and slender, hard needlefish-style lures are also tried and true options. And finally, our feisty perch. These striped beauties are often found in schools, and late October can be fantastic for them. Look for them holding near features like bridge pillars, deep holes, or the edges of drop-offs in canals and larger lakes. They'll be active and aggressively feeding. Small spinners, soft plastics, or even a classic worm under a float can bring great success. Look for visual signs of baitfish activity, and the perch won't be far behind. Now let's talk about the conditions that make all the difference. For Thursday, the 24th of October 2025, across Ireland, the weather is looking relatively stable. We're expecting daytime temperatures to hover around 9 to 10 degrees Celsius, dropping to about 7 to 9 degrees Celsius overnight. There's a chance of very light precipitation, perhaps 0.2 to 0.3 millimeters, mainly around noon and evening, but generally, conditions should be comfortable. The wind will likely be a moderate breeze, typically averaging around 18 to 26 kilometers per hour for this time of year. Atmospheric pressure is predicted to be relatively stable, which is always a good indicator, as sudden drops can often put fish off their feed. These mild, stable, and mostly dry conditions are fantastic for fishing, allowing fish to settle into a more consistent feeding pattern. In terms of water temperature, the sea around Ireland in late October hovers around 13 to 14 degrees Celsius. Inland freshwater systems will be slightly cooler, but generally remaining above 10 degrees Celsius. This cooling trend, transitioning from summer to autumn, is a critical trigger. It signals to predatory fish that it's time to feed aggressively to build up their reserves for the approaching colder months, making them more active hunters. It's a natural shift in their metabolism that we anglers can exploit. And the east moon phase, a factor that always intrigues you as anglers. On October 24th, 2025, we'll be experiencing a waxing crescent moon. The moon will be only about 8 to 9% illuminated, having been a new moon just 2 to 3 days prior. While the new moon is often associated with peak activity due to stronger tides, the days immediately following a new moon, as the light begins to increase, can still stimulate fish activity. This building light often encourages a general boost in feeding behavior, so pay attention to those low light periods. Overall, fish activity for this time of year in Ireland sees a general shift towards aggressive autumn feeding patterns. Predatory fish like pike, bass and perch are definitely in feed-up mode, and brown trout also remain active and can offer excellent sport. So, considering the stable, mild weather, comfortable water temperatures, and the active waxing crescent moon phase, I'm giving our fishing forecast for Thursday, October 24th, 2025, a solid good to very good rating, leaning towards excellent for predatory species. The combination of cooling water, stable pressure, and the natural autumn feeding frenzy means fish will be actively seeking a meal. So there you have it, my friends. Get out there, stay safe, dress warmly, and tight lines. May your nets be full and your fishing stories legendary. I want to hear all about your catches. What are your plans for this Thursday? What are your go-to autumn baits and lures? Share your observations and tips in the comments below. And if you found this forecast helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more expert tips, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, remember, a bad day of fishing still beats a good day at work. No tail, no scales.